Welcome to the Protein Bros Podcast. On today's episode, we have Morgan and Ryan, who just opened the new gym in Belton called Iron Gate Gym. We talk about their entrepreneurial journey, which did not just start at the gym. They were owners of a pizza shop. They own a smoothie shop in Belton. They have dipped their toes into a lot of different aspects of business, and we get into all of that on today's podcast, but we spend the majority of it talking about what it's like to build a gym and a culture from scratch, which they are doing at Iron Gate. It was a great podcast. I really enjoyed hearing their story. And so let's get you to the episode. Me and Jeff have worked together since we were young lads. I was 21 when I started working with Jeff, and he was 20 or 19 or whatever he was. Anyways, I was helping a guy. Back in the day, we would see like 10 people. 10 people would come into our store a day. And it was just me and him would flip back and forth. Like he'd open, I'd close. And there was a point in time where it was just me and him working in the stores. And so there was no other employees. It was just me and Jeff. And I had this older guy come in. Older guy. He's probably what my age is now. But an older guy to me at that point in my life came in. And he was like, "Hey, I was here last night. And I was talking to the older gentleman that works here." And I was like, "Well, I'm the oldest guy that works here. What older gentleman?" He's like, "The dark-headed one, the short, dark-headed one."
He was talking about how respectful I was. I was a gentleman. He said the older gentleman.
I was like, "How old do you think this guy was?" "Oh, he was old." And I was like, "The only other guy that works here is Jeff, and he's 19. He's younger than me." And he goes, "Ooh, I'm sorry about that."
You just opened up a can of worms. She's going to tell us.
Yeah, this is the best story, though. So last week, an older gentleman, again with the older gentleman, he was actually in his 70s. So
he actually was.
He warrants the title.
Yeah, so he comes in and he's talking to us, and he asks Ryan, he's like, "So is this your daughter?" Talking to me, talking about me. And Ryan's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Yeah, I thought so." And then the guy's like, or Ryan's like, "No, that's my fiance." And the guy's like, "Yeah, I have a buddy too who's dating a 23-year-old as well." Like thinking like Ryan's like in his
robbing
50s.
the cradle or something.
Yeah, I totally told him because I thought he was joking. But yeah,
he's like, "No, I have dementia. I don't know what I'm talking about."
We're gonna chalk it up to the eyesight was bad.
Yeah, then he thought I was just embarrassed. So he's like, "Yeah, my buddy's dating a younger woman too."
Your buddy? You got buddies at 70 plus? You know what I mean?
I'm like,
oh my god,
the gym is really aging you.
All I was going to say is simply that I'm director of marketing, I guess is my title now, for all of Supplement Superstores. And so I have a lot to say with social media and obviously like Young LA, very popular. So I'm like, do I need to buy some of this just to see like what's the quality like, what's the fit like, et cetera. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm allowed to wear anything that says Young on it. And so I was going to ask what your threshold was for feeling comfortable wearing Young LA.
Do you want to take this?
What's the number you think?
I'm pushing it. I used to wear it. Now I've just kind of stopped buying it. I feel like
don't feel bad about it. It looks cool. I'm like, can I pull it off?
You're a serial entrepreneur. You can start old Kansas City, old KC.
Old KC instead of Young LA.
Yeah,
that one is tricky though, because I feel like a lot of the people that wear it are really young, and I don't know. But
I don't want to get called cringe behind my back,
right? Like, oh, that old guy's wearing Young LA. Yeah.
If your parents wear it, is it cool? But then again, like Old Money was the name of like the aesthetic. Very popular. You know what I mean? So it's like people are wearing like shirts that are like leisure suits and stuff from like the 70s.
Literally.
And it's like, that's what grandpas wear. So I don't know.
Everything comes back.
Agreed. And then know this, there is obviously the demographic of 18 to 34. So I think you're safe till then.
Yeah. You got,
I'll just
4 more years or 3 more years.
Iron Gates merch, maybe some Supplement Superstore.
We got some more of these.
Yeah, I need to get some.
We got some gear for you. Thank you guys for being on our show, man. This is honestly great. We're so excited that you guys are here. You guys have a great story. We're excited to tell it. But for just where we want to start, you're both from this area.
We are, yes.
We're both from the Kansas City area. You grew up in Paola.
Paola.
And what's the name of that small town? Columbus?
Yep, Columbus, Kansas.
Maybe the second most famous Columbus in the United States?
Yeah.
Columbus, Kansas. Is Columbus like the Springfield of other states where it's just like there's
What's
just
the population?
2,800.
That's higher than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
How many people graduated in your class?
54.
Goodness.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Did you make it varsity on something?
Yeah, football.
There you
and
go.
Wrestling.
Probably when he was a freshman.
No, I think like a sophomore.
My wife once bragged to me that her brother was like a homecoming king or prom king or something. I was like, didn't you go to like the smallest school ever? I was like, how many people were in your class? She was like, 8.
Oh
They-
no.
And then I was like, wait
They
a
flipped
second.
a coin.
And I was like, how many boys? And she was like, 2. And I was like, oh my God.
Like-
You weren't
They
even
literally flipped a coin.
It was like literally you had a 50% chance.
You shouldn't tell anybody that. Just stick with the.
It was like one of our first date, stories that we'll tell. So moving forward, you guys, grew up here, but you also went to school at Pitt State. Didn't even know each other at Pitt
Did
State.
not know each other. He also took a few extra years to graduate. So
Yeah, I dropped out a couple times, left, come back. About 7 years, and I'm not a doctor.
I'm with you. Classic Tommy Boy story, if you know that movie.
Yep.
Van Wilder, if you will.
It's like a lot of people go to college for 7 years. He's like, yeah, they're called doctors.
yeah, all doctors.
But dude, like honestly, props to you because there's not many that come back. You know what I mean? What made you want to come back? And then, what did you find in those trips that you took out, not to turn it too serious, but like there's probably a lot of finding yourself in those times.
Yeah, so first I moved to Destin, Florida, and then I was working at GNC, and then I worked at a parasailing place, and just working like 70 hours a week, 60 hours a week, whenever you could be in college, hanging out with all your friends, and you see them. I learned fast that I wanted to go back to college, and then I did it again. I moved to St. Louis, how I was telling you, and I did it again where I was working 2 jobs, working like 70 hours a week, and I was like, all right, this is my last time. Came back, and I was like, yeah, this is a lot more fun to hang out with your college-age buddies and then work a real job.
I hear that, man. I did a internship in Destin, Florida, right before I started working for Supplement Superstores, and it was that internship that made me go, I don't want to do that. So
You want to call them out? Wyndham?
it wasn't Wyndham, it was Resort Quest. You might know of Resort Quest if you spent a summer in. They're a property management company that basically owns 1,000 rental properties that are down there. So
I haven't heard of them, but
yeah.
Lots of cold calling. What was it? Was it inbound or outbound?
No, it wasn't cold calling. I was working property management.
Oh, my bad, dude. I'm talking about when you actually did work for Wyndham.
I did do cold calling. You guys ever did you ever in your experience do that?
yeah, for a little bit. And
I did
it's not for me.
2 years on the phones just grinding.
Lasted a lot longer than me. I door knocked for a little while. That wasn't for me.
I did that too.
Yeah.
What were you selling door to door?
Roofs.
Okay.
I felt, didn't like that.
You're like, pretty sure I can get your insurance to cover this.
Yes, and then you're up on the roof telling people that they need a new roof when they didn't, and I was like, I'm out.
That's about right, dude.
Mine was security systems, and I remember the guy that I was with. He was like, "You are going to hate this for 50 doors." He's like, "Just understand that you're going to knock 50 doors, and I'm going to be right by your side, and you're going to hate everyone." And he's like, "On that 51st, you'll feel better." And it was true. Over time, you do get better. You get better at basically people being like, "Get off my lawn.
Right.
Yeah.
Why are you soliciting right now?"
Yes.
And you just kind of play it off. But yeah, it does take a while to get used to it. Did you do that in St. Louis?
No, I did that out here right
Wasn't
after I
that
graduated.
after college?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was not for me.
Understandable.
What when you went back to college for the last time, what made you want to go back?
Honestly, I don't know. 'Cause
Especially
I
like in
wanted-
this day and age. Was this 2020, 2021?
This is like 2018, 2019. Probably because I just wanted to party for a little while longer.
Sure.
I was tired of being a real grown up, so I was like, all right, let's go back.
I hear that. So you went to college and you basically just did the normal.
I did the normal 4 years, which isn't so normal anymore. But basically, my parents were like, you have 4 years, and then if you have to go longer, we're not covering that. So I was like, okay, going to get my degree in 4 years. And I was in a sorority, so we were required to maintain a certain level of GPA. And that's really how I did it in 4 years. So I went from 2014 to 2018. So as he was coming back, I was leaving.
Ah, nice.
You had mentioned that the job that you'd gotten out of, like what helped lead you to this path to owning your own gym and opening your own gym was actually getting laid off from a corporate job.
Yep.
Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so up until about 2019, I was just hopping around trying to figure out what I wanted to do, as one does after college, and found this really awesome company. It was called DEG at the time, and loved the culture. I went into marketing. I was in email marketing, and I was with them for until 2022. They ended up getting bought out during this time, so it wasn't DEG anymore. And during the round of layoffs that they do during like Thanksgiving, Christmas, I was part of that. And it was kind of a perfect storm though. I just competed in bodybuilding and then took a 2-week vacation from work to go on vacation with him after my bodybuilding contest. And when I came back, I think they used that 2 weeks to kind of replace me and let me know I wasn't gonna be working for them anymore.
It's wild. Mm-hmm. What was the next step after that?
Freaking out and trying to realize what I wanted to do next. The corporate world was just super draining, long hours. You're on salary, so they can really make you work whenever. So I was doing lots of overtime, working on the weekends, and I just knew I didn't want to go back to that. I wanted to do something that was gonna I was passionate about and really enjoyed doing. And so that was in November. And then probably 2 weeks later, you said you found the smoothie shop and
I had already been searching before that because, like I said, I hated my desk job. So
you guys are also the proud owners of the smoothie shop in Belton.
Yes.
Correct? Okay.
Yep. So
but you had found that, sorry.
Yeah. So he quickly realized after he graduated that he didn't want to work for somebody else. And so he was doing odd jobs here and there to figure it out as well. And when he saw the smoothie shop, he was like, well, you just competed in bodybuilding. We love fitness. Let's just go see if we can even get approved to buy this thing. And it worked out. 17 days later, we were the owners. So
very stressful time. That was our first real business.
It was, yes. So. And they always say, don't do business with your significant other. And so that was in my mind. I was like, oh no, what are we getting ourselves into? We weren't engaged. We were just, how many years were we dating at that point? 2? Yeah, 2 years. So everyone's like, you guys might be a little crazy. You have no commitment, but you want to do a business together. So I just took the leap with him, and here we are.
Yeah, worked out.
I got to know, so typically the normal path for people is you go to college, you get the job, you work the job for 40 years, and then, you retire, or now is more common. You jump from job to job to job to job to try and find the best way of getting paid, 10 grand more here, 5 grand more here. But, it seems like you have kind of always been looking to be a business owner. Did you come from a family of business owners?
Yeah. So I was raised by my grandparents, and my grandpa owned a construction company. So I think I just...
In the back of your head, you were like, there's better ways than what I'm currently doing.
Yeah. And I grew up very poor when I was young, so I've lived both lives. So when I was with my real parents, I saw poverty. Then my grandparents, they had a little bit of money. So I saw both sides. So I was like, I do not want to be poor.
Right.
And saw businesses, saw what it did for my grandpa. So
right. Yeah. You got the hustle bug about you. That's why you're like, I'll move to Destin, then I'll move to, St. Louis, and then, buy a smoothie shop. It takes a lot. A lot of people before we opened our business, I always had this imaginary curtain in my head where I'm like, business owners are different. That's a total, I don't know how to do that. It's got to be confusing. It's got to be a huge, there's just something different about a person that owns a business. When you have a business owner in your family, obviously that curtain's kind of pulled down from a very young age. So you don't ever have that feeling of business owners are a lot different because you grew up with your grandpa, he's not different, so.
Well,
go ahead.
I think that's where, I was brought up, you work for a company, you retire with that company. So in my brain, owning my own business was never the option. It was always going to be to stick with a company and retire with it. That's what my dad did, and he makes, has a great career. But once I got laid off, that was the real, oh my gosh, you're just a number,
Yeah, loyalty's not both ways here.
Loyalty's nothing. So he was the one that really opened my eyes to owning my own business. And so him seeing that at such a young age with his grandpa really opened my eyes too.
Did your dad say anything about it?
He was skeptical at first. He's like, I think you should go, back to the corporate world. It's more reliable. It's safe. You have benefits. You're going to have a retirement. So he was a little worried at first, but he obviously was super supportive and very excited for us. And eventually he came around and was like, okay, this was a great idea.
Right.
Ryan, I was going to say that, with what Kyle was mentioning, you mentioned that you had experienced kind of both sides. Like you felt like what it's like to be completely poor. You've felt what it's like to have a little more financial security. And so with what Kyle's saying about like being a business owner, did you look at it like that? Or, potentially did you see it more as, you really didn't have any other choice because you already knew what it was like to go the other route, if you will?
That's tough.
Because all those decisions you made seemed like you've made some really quick, big decisions.
Yeah,
and I feel like you only can do that if you feel sure. Like, I don't know if this is going to work, but I know what's not going to work.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't really think about like the failures. I don't care if it fails because I can move on and do the next thing. So I've never really like thought about that, sat down like, oh, what if we lose this? Well, we'll restart. And we've done it before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about that. It was this, Shizona.
Shizona's, yes.
Did I say it right?
Yes, in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Nightmares.
Chicago thin crust.
Chicago thin crust.
Not what most people think of. It was
Exactly.
how many people walked in and were like, but it's thin.
Where's the deep dish?
Yeah,
What is
right?
this?
Well, at that point, it was a family business that had been around for 23 years. So at that point, their customers knew, like, you're coming for the thin crust. So once they found out that 2 people from Kansas City were going to take over the Chicago restaurant, they immediately were like, how is this going to work? And then you tell the rest of the story about.
Yeah. So the cost for the restaurant industry is a lot higher than we imagined. So we thought we were coming in, we were going to make X amount without.
Well, in Scottsdale specifically,
Yeah.
you think Scottsdale
Fluent.
make a lot of money.
Yeah.
So yeah, the books were cooked a little bit. We ended up working like 70 hours a week each. And yeah, it was tiring. So we found out quickly that's not what we wanted to do.
Well, and then because it was up and running for 23 years under the same owner, the minute new ownership took over, the city is like, hey, let's go do a building inspection, and then hit us with I don't even know how much money.
Yeah, we had to
The
redo
book,
all
if
the
you will.
plumbing, which we had to knock out all the concrete throughout the entire restaurant.
So how long do you have to close the restaurant to do that?
We were down for like what?
Month and a half,
Yeah, a month
probably.
and a half. And this was during Christmas time too. So our employees were like, we don't have a job and it's Christmas. And so we somehow ended up still paying them. Like
Yeah. And then
we were struggling, but we wanted, we didn't want them to feel the struggle. And they were all, double our age. So it was a really weird dynamic where
Totally.
like they're all in their 40s and 50s and we're just too
Figuring it out
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
This is interesting. So how did you guys find the business? Did you use a business broker or did you find it on yourself?
Craigslist.
yeah, so the smoothie shop, we used a business broker. This one I found on Craigslist.
Yeah.
Don't recommend.
Did you did you have an assessment of the business done, an audit or anything?
We did it ourselves. We cheaped out on everything, which
Right.
I don't recommend.
Yeah.
So now we know better.
This is
So
a
really
cool learning
That's what I'm
experience.
saying.
I
Like,
think
you had the
about it,
balls to do it, though,
It was
man.
a
Right.
tough
So
learning experience.
it's
but-
worth asking all these questions because everybody loves like the idea of not having that safe corporate job and,
Right.
and going off on their own. But there's a lot of horror stories that go with it. And so like you guys have gotten to be able to experience both sides. And so you're doing all of this while the smoothie shop is doing great for you.
Right.
Oh, you guys
Same
owned them
time.
at the same time.
Same time.
Yeah.
We were
Okay.
lucky enough. One of our college friends, he needed a job at the time, so he offered to come manage for us, and so that's how we were able to operate the smoothie shop and the restaurant in Scottsdale at the same time.
Was the thought process, because from a business aspect, you always hear about pizza being the highest margined item in the food industry. Is that the basis as to why you guys were looking into pizza shops?
Yeah, for sure. And just the simplicity of it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a lot easier to make pizza than it is to make steaks.
Right.
So
Right.
we wanted
Hard to
something
mess 'em
simple.
up, too.
Yeah.
So explain the rest of this story. So here we are. Your entire floor is broken up, and there's construction everywhere. How
This
does this end?
Yeah,
Oh, it gets a lot worse.
it does. So this was what, like 4 months into owning?
How does it get a lot worse than that? Because that seems
Contractors.
insane.
So one-
Contractors.
One contractor I hired to do the floor, lay the tile. He tried to get full payment right after, and I was like, I'm not paying you before it's done. And I was like, I paid him half of it up front, but he wanted the rest after like a day. And I was like, I'm not paying until it's done. I left, and he destroyed the restaurant. I'm not getting sledgehammer to the floor, so it cost
After you paying him half.
Yeah, so he took a sledgehammer to it, came back the next day, and it was just destroyed. Couldn't find
Never
Did
found him again.
Nope.
you hadn't signed a contractor agreement with him?
Yeah, but the cops weren't able to find him or anything. So
Yeah.
I was just out of luck. And
God.
And then the fire suppression system.
oh my gosh. Hired a guy to do the fire suppression system. And the guy that worked for
This is
the
just like
company,
sprinklers. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
sprinklers.
Yes, sorry. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
the guy that worked for the company that I hired took my money, never told the company. So we had like 1 day left until the fire department came and gave us our review. And yeah, he still hadn't done anything. So I called the company and found out that he just pocketed it, took our money. The company ended up giving
That
it
is a
back.
good way to make money. You
Yeah.
know, you sell
Right.
something and then you just vanish.
But like, he like took your like,
Our money for
or like, how did did you pay? you
He's a
cash?
thief, Jeff. He's a criminal.
Honestly, I
But
can't
like, or
remember.
you just like took
No,
your
it was
bank
a wire.
information.
It was a wire.
It was a wire.
He just wired it to his own account.
Yep. So yeah, and it was thousands of dollars, and he was supposed to give us a new suppression system, and we had 1 day, so we had to get the actual company involved. We had to like call the fire department, and
get an extension.
yeah,
And
it was rough.
So if I'm like somebody took responsibility for their
Yeah.
bad like player on their team,
Yep.
if you will,
Yep.
and it's like
Is
people-
this so? Real quick,
We've got 10 of these stories as well. Not to like
Not like that,
but it's
though.
just like it's just so like disheartening at times when people don't take any kind of responsibility or like look at their profession as like a real profession. Like, we need you to be professional. A lot of people are counting on you.
Yeah.
Once you're young in business, you're gonna get screwed over.
Oh yeah.
So
It's like a rite of passage that you have to touch the stove with bad business people, because in the beginning you're kind of like you're shopping around on price. You're making concessions with yourself. You're like, yeah, that guy kind of seemed grimy, but he can do it
Good
for
price.
$1,000 less.
Yep.
We've been there with that. So you would explain that, in business you had done creative financing in the past. Is that essentially what you had done here? So you guys are doing a owner financed deal with this. So at least you guys weren't on the hook for a big lump sum of money at any point during this, which is good for
yeah, typically we just bring like 20% down, 30% down, and then the owners will finance the rest, which has been very helpful. Definitely with the smoothie shop, it's been a blessing.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. So how did it end up? Do you guys still own this, or you guys
No.
sell it?
So that was in December of where all of that, remodeling and getting everything up to code happened.
Just like a couple months ago, December?
No, this was in 2023. So
Oh, okay,
we
okay.
moved to Arizona in August of 2023, and at the same time we took over this pizza restaurant. So this was in December of 2023. And then somehow, some way, we got open, and what happened? It's all a blur. Like, this was like a very, very rough time in our
Tumultuous
lives.
time. no
Very
doubt.
like, we were like, how are we gonna work out? How's the restaurant gonna work out? How's the smoothie shop gonna work out? So what happened? I can't really remember.
It's pretty cool you guys came out of that in a stronger relationship, and you guys
Yeah.
still wanted to be together. Because
Yeah,
I know
he-
that type of situation can
ruin a couple
fold
real fast,
people.
yeah.
Well, I'll never forget one night. It was like after a really rough day. He was like, if you want out, this is your chance to like leave. Like, you can get out scotch free. I'll take, responsibility for the restaurant and whatever. But like, this is your opportunity to leave if you want out of this relationship. And I was like, buddy, I'm locked in. I'm here. Like,
That's pretty cool.
we're doing this together. So
Yeah, but to end the story, we ended up posting it with a broker, went through trying to sell it like 3 times, failed every time. Then I posted it on myself, sold it within like a week, and we were like, all right, we're done.
it was a cash deal.
Just posted it like on your social media.
On Facebook. And then we had all kinds of buyers wanting it. And a guy with 13 restaurants, I think it was Mexican restaurants, came in, bought it, took it over the next week.
He's like,
Was
dude,
it,
I can wash cash through this thing.
Yeah, no,
was.
it really was like that. We went to their like law office. It was like
It was sketchy.
very
You're like-
sketchy.
Yeah,
Was it a cash flowing business at the time though? Like, after all that,
No.
were you, like,
No, it was a little bit, like not a lot, but he didn't care about that. He didn't want to see the financials. He just wanted
We didn't
it.
even have P&Ls at
Yeah.
that point.
So, and then he didn't even care to switch the financials in his name. So the money was running into our bank account for like
This
3
is-
to 6 months.
This is the cartel,
And then-
by the way.
Oh, it was.
It for sure
100%.
was. He
So-
handed us $50K cash, and
Yeah,
we
so,
walked away.
Yeah, and then
was it in a rubber band?
No,
it
it
was
was
in
in an
an
envelope, like all wrapped up. Yeah,
yeah. So, we were
And
just
at that
happy to be
point, you're like, dude, I
give a
don't
what.
care.
Yeah.
it was. Yeah, we
Get
were
me
like,
out of
"Get me
this."
out of this." We did not ask questions. We were like, "Yes." I think I cried.
What was the biggest, what would you guys say your biggest learning lesson through that whole process was?
Don't trust people.
Yeah. Hire a CPA. Now I have a team of people that would look at it if we decided to buy another one.
Look into financials a little bit harder. Like, this guy, and this was a bad business deal for us, but like, we just trusted what this guy had said. So we know not to do that again.
Well, it's more, he was paying people cash under the table. So payroll was like $17,000 more than it was supposed to be. So yeah, each month. So
well, and he didn't even have we brought in Toast, which was our POS system. He didn't even have a POS system.
Yeah, he had to do the old cash registers back in the 90s.
Yeah. So
I mean, dude, the pizza was probably money at this place. I would guess.
For
Oh
sure.
my gosh,
Just
dude,
old school place, giving you the.
He was declaring zero. Yeah, he was declaring zero sales.
Yep.
Yeah. And then he had loans on the business, which we didn't find out about till later after we had already taken over, and it was a mess.
Just as a fun, quick anecdote, we once looked at buying a coffee shop, and the owner said that it made $1 million a year, right? It did a gross revenue of $1 million a year, and it
it's a Starbucks
profited at $500,000 a year, like just a wild number, right? And then whenever we're like, okay, well, can you give us like your actual taxes? Like, could you give us your book? Like, not like when you're pencil writing, but like, give me your actual books. And they were declaring that they made $10,000 to the government. As in, like, I was like, so like we can't get a loan for buying this business because it will take us 30 years to pay it back.
Right.
Yeah. Wanted us,
and they were like, well, and it was like, yeah, I mean, you guys are running this business completely illegal. So that is unfortunate that is still prevalent. And then people actually try to sell them and knowingly just screw people over as they're selling them to you.
Yeah, they don't care.
There's a level of business that's like, they're not unsellable businesses, but they're, businesses that were never built to be sellable. And that's when people want to get out of them. They're just like, I don't know what to do. And here's our financials. And it's just like a mess, you know, but you can get good deals there. Right. Yeah. Because a lot of those people, it's like, they don't understand what they have because it's just, they've been running it a certain way for a long period of time.
And that's what we thought we were getting.
Right.
And we're like, oh man, this is a great deal. Like, he is severely underselling this.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll be able to like bring some savvy to the business. Like, he's already got established regulars. Like,
did you know if he knew prior to that about the issue with the plumbing?
Probably. He was
a
not
sketchball.
He's a sketchball. He was not a good person. So.
So was it right after that you were like, get me out of the state, come back to Kansas City?
We ended up staying for another year and a half after that. Thankfully, the smoothie shop was doing well enough that we could stay out there. But it was definitely a struggle. He had to do some odd jobs.
Yeah, I started a wheel repair business out there, which was great in the winter time, but the summertime came around and it would be like 120 degrees and you're over there fixing rims. And it paid really well, but it was not worth it in the summer.
A lot of rims out in Scottsdale.
Oh, yeah. Lots of them.
Yeah. That's wild, dude. If you started like a TRT clinic in Scottsdale, I'm sure that'd be bananas too.
Yeah, they're on every corner already.
But yeah, you guys stayed out there for another like year and a half or so. And then what drove the decision to come back? I mean, obviously you still had the smoothie shop out here, but.
Yep. The weather. So we did 2 summers out there and we were like, I think it's worse than a winter here in the Midwest. I'm not going to lie. You can at least bundle up and still go outside in the winter, but in the summer in Arizona, you can't do a lot in the heat. So,
what's it like to just like park your car and like walk into Fashion Square
horrible.
And come back out?
No, it's
terrible.
You don't even want to do that. Like that's what it's the craziest thing. Cause even like at night, you're still feeling the heat rise from the concrete. So
that part's so crazy. You walk outside pitch black and it's 100 plus.
Yeah.
That part is the wildest part about the desert to me.
Yeah, it is wild. And
just like sweating profusely just from walking.
Well, that's the thing. You don't sweat. It's dry heat. So like you're just hot without sweating.
Think about that after working 12 to 14 hours a day in a restaurant and then coming back and it's freaking 110 at 11 o'clock at night. It was not the greatest feeling.
Not the greatest. And our poor dogs, they did not like it. But so that's what we decided to at least come back for the summer. And then the gym happened. So we are here for the foreseeable future.
I love that. Yeah.
So
finally, we're about to talk about the gym.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, real quick, before we get into the gym, smoothie shop, is there anything that you guys have ran into bumps in the road or any lessons learned from that business? Or has that one been pretty smooth sailing for you guys?
I'd say that one's smooth sailing.
Yeah.
It kind of runs itself. I mean, you'll need one employee to operate it. And
our employees have been amazing. They've been with us for
Yeah.
Like our longest employee's been there with us for 3 years now, which is kind of unheard of in like a small smoothie shop.
Right.
We typically hire 16 and plus. So this one in particular has been with us since 2023, since we took over, and they love it. So yeah, we've been really blessed with that business.
Yeah. Very easy.
Very
entry
easy.
level business.
Right. Very cool. All right, now we can talk about
The fun stuff.
the fun stuff.
Yeah, dude. So you guys you got the smoothie shop, and you guys noticed that there wasn't a whole lot of other gyms around that area, and certainly not ones that I think speak to, the fact that, Morgan, you're in bodybuilding. You've competed in bodybuilding as well.
Yes.
And so there wasn't really a gym that spoke to you there.
Correct.
And so you guys decided, let's open our own. Can we a little bit delve into just what drove that decision all the way?
Yeah, so we moved to Raymore to be close to the smoothie shop, and we were trying to find a gym. We've tried a bunch around the area. Every gym you're going to drive to, like that's just a given in that area. And we knew we didn't want like a super commercial gym. So where was I going with this?
So we just happened to go check out a building just to look at it. We weren't very serious. And then that next week we signed the lease and we were like, all right, let's just do it. And jumped head first. No plan, no nothing. We just did it.
Man, I love
Luke,
it.
pull up a picture of this gym. It's a beautiful gym. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah. Well, share the love.
Dude's got an awesome stash, whoever that was.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. You
Yeah.
guys got some good signage too.
Yep.
So when you guys looked at, because for me, especially when you're thinking about, businesses, a lot of times it's the initial startup cost. And when you started looking at gym equipment, did that scare you guys at all?
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Like some of the quotes were insane.
Right.
So
How did you guys go about procuring the equipment?
We ended up using like an independent guy that made the equipment for us. I think we got like a bunch of quotes from other places and it was like insane. So we ended up finding.
Well, and with our square footage, like we didn't want to just do 15 pieces, of like some
Hodgepodge, if you will.
Yeah. So we knew we wanted it to be an awesome gym, but we couldn't do 50 pieces of like.
All hammer
Yeah.
strength.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
What you're saying is like you couldn't go with one outfitter, one
Correct.
vendor. I'm
Yeah.
with you.
Yep. So
Yeah. And now we've been going to some of the warehouses. We'll be picking up more now that we have connections.
But yeah, we just decided to do an independent manufacturer to have everything custom made for us. And I think that's what really sets us apart is every piece of equipment has our iron gates on it. And it just looks really cool. And it's great equipment. So
Yeah. We got a few old school pieces, but when we expand, we'll be buying more.
So a guy like literally like welded these pieces?
Yeah.
Wow. Where did you find him? That's a cool.
lots of research.
Yeah. I can't even remember. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, with you guys' prior business experience, obviously there's lots of gym franchises out there. Did you guys explore that? What made you land on doing it yourself?
We never thought about that. I mean, my dream was always to open a gym.
You wanted to have your own personality in it?
Correct.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, because we didn't plan for this, it just kind of happened. We never even thought of the other options of not just starting it from the ground up. So
Yeah. And we wanted that.
What do you mean you never planned for it? Like, what are we talking about? Plan
this
time?
is the craziest thing. I swear. So he always asked me, he's like, what is your dream business? Like, if you were to open a gym or a business tomorrow, what would it be? And I was like, a gym. And so you were just scouring the internet for something. He's always looking for the next thing. So he finds this building. It was a dance studio. And he's like, okay, let's just go look at it. Like, I'm not saying anything, but like, you said you wanted a gym. Let's just go entertain the idea. And we walked in and it was pretty much like perfect for what we wanted. Yep, right there. So there was actually walls down the middle, and it was built up into different rooms, but all we had to do was knock down walls to create an open space. And so the lobby was already set up perfectly, didn't have to do anything other than paint. And we were like, how do we pass this up? It was, for what the space was, like, it was pretty cheap. And then the landlord was willing to work with us. How many months did he give us?
I think 3.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
3 months of free rent.
Yeah. A big cost in gyms is the remodel, obviously. So the fact that we didn't have to do that, we're like, that will probably never happen again. So we're like, let's just do it.
No plans, no nothing. We were like, we just got to figure it out. We're going to figure it out
Hold
as
on,
we
hold on.
go.
So you guys like signed a lease before you really had like a full concept
Correct.
in your head?
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like business. A lot. It kind of goes back to the curtain thing where it's like a lot of people are like, you can't do that. You have to have a business plan. You have to have all of this thought out. And it's like, life rewards the people that are willing to pull the trigger.
And I think if you overcomplicate it, you won't ever do it.
Right.
So
Paralysis
just to be
by
able,
analysis,
just to
right?
be able to pull the plug and be like, all right, well, it's happening now. Better figure it out.
Right.
Is how I think we got to.
Let's talk about this though. You guys with the smoothie shop though, you got so many people coming in that are fitness minded.
Pretty good leads.
You probably get some really great leads there for sure, but also you get to at least hear some feedback of what people actually want in a gym that they weren't currently getting in that market. Give me some of the ideas that you guys were able to get from those customers at the smoothie shop.
Yeah, so the biggest feedback I got was 24/7 access. So we knew that was a must from the get-go. And then a lot of free weights. People wanted free weights. They were tired of, using Smith machines only or cables, and they wanted like actual heavy machinery where they could hack squat, leg press,
Plate loaded equipment.
plate loaded, yeah. And so we took all of that feedback and ran with it.
Yeah.
I love it. What kind of cardio equipment did you guys pick?
We are definitely a plate loaded free weight focused gym with some cardio. So we did 4 treadmills. What are the brand?
Precor?
Yeah.
No, Matrix.
Matrix. Yeah.
Matrix.
All
And
classic.
And then 2 Stairmasters. One's Lifetime
Yeah, I think so.
or Life Fitness.
Life Fitness, probably.
And then I don't remember what the other one was.
I can't even remember.
We ended up going used on the cardio just because we really wanted to be more focused on equipment and then still have some treadmills and stuff for our cardio goers.
Shout out Tristan in this photo.
Lurking.
Yeah, dude.
He's jacked.
He's super jacked. But like, yeah, the cardio equipment's still great though.
It's still
gotta
really
have
good.
a Stairmaster, right?
Absolutely. I mean, as bodybuilders, we are constantly doing steady state cardio, and so the treadmills were a must, and the Stairmasters.
But the funny thing is, we don't have a lot of cardio, but it's never taken. Everything's always open. No one at our gym does cardio.
Just wait though. It's getting warmer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just give them a minute.
That's when we.
It is, yeah.
Tell
That
us,
winter coat's got to come off soon.
Winter arc is over.
Amen. And you guys have some plans for expansion and some plans for some upgrades. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so we have around 5,000 more square foot that we can take. So we're working on that now because we've grown a lot faster than we thought. We thought maybe 2 years from now, a year from now, that we'd be expanding, but we're already toying with the idea. So hopefully in the coming months.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Is there anything that you guys think equipment wise or, maybe amenity wise that you'd like to add into this new extra space?
Yeah, go ahead.
We definitely want to do locker rooms. I would say that's like our biggest
Lockers, saunas, and
locker
then
saunas.
with the equipment, we want to add some Mega Mass.
Mega Mass, New Tech.
New Tech, yeah.
Get some more like specialty machines in there.
Yeah.
That maybe not a lot of gyms around the
I
area.
think Flex is the only one with it.
Dude, wasn't New Tech the one that Jason was like very upset with?
Really?
don't know.
From the Flex Fitness pod we just did with Jason? He mentioned a company. I mean, aren't they out of the UK
They're from
or Canada
No,
maybe?
What's the?
They're not
Look up
from
New
China,
Tech.
but
I'm
they're-
almost positive New Tech's out of either Canada or the UK.
Was
But
it Japan?
It's something like that.
It's somewhere over there.
Yeah.
But I don't
or
think
it could
it's
have been
UK.
Or it could have been Mega Mass.
Yeah,
But-
Mega Mass I think is from UK. It is.
Yeah, it might
Yes.
have been Mega Mass. That was might have been UK, and he was like, "I paid for this stuff like a year ago,
And
and
it's-
it's still not here." And he's just like, "Man," he's like, "It was the coolest stuff, but
It is cool, and you see it all over social media, and you're like, I want that in my gym, but yeah, the lead time on that.
Yeah, I reached out to them recently, and I think it was 3 months, they said.
was it
Korea
Korea is New Tech?
Yep.
And they just opened a gym in Vegas. I don't know if you guys been to it.
It's the most insane gym ever.
I need to go.
I've seen it.
Yes.
It's like, it's actually the most like ridiculous gym.
It's
Have you
actually
seen-
ridiculous.
It's,
Yes.
It's there's like 50 squat racks.
Yes.
Have you seen this gym?
No. I mean,
What
there's
is this gym called?
There's like so many
It's
that are
called
like
What
New
is it
Tech.
called?
It's
It's
crazy.
called
New
New
Tech.
Tech.
Oh, it's called New Tech?
Yeah, so they use it for like a showroom for their
Right.
pieces, but then they have like, I mean, how many pieces do you think are in there? Like 300?
Their lobby
Way
alone is like 5,000 square foot.
Yeah,
of
it
ra-
is the most ridiculous gym ever. Every piece you could ever want, and multiple of it is going to be in that gym.
It's crazy.
And
I would
look-
love to know how many square foot that space is because
50,000.
I watched a video of a guy walking through there. It was on social media.
Do
and
me
he
a
was
favor,
like,
guys.
he's like, here's the shoulder machines. And it was like 100.
It's like, yeah, there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's insane.
Luke, I want you to show. Okay.
Yes, this is it.
So like,
Look at this, Jeff.
all of this equipment can be sold, right?
So the stuff at the front, like all the black equipment, that's new tech. And then the different colored pieces like that, I don't know what brand that is.
Those are just old school, like refinished. They're nice.
Refurbished.
My gosh, Luke, I'm gonna send you a link. I want you to pull this up. You guys sort of
Is it on the strip?
No. So it's probably what, 25, 30 minutes away?
In Henderson, I think.
Yeah. But it's worth it.
Yeah, I'm just saying that. Was there anybody there? I feel
Oh yeah, we went.
It was packed?
We went during Olympia weekend.
Yeah. Oh, well.
So I mean, we were lifting next to some really cool people. So yeah, it was packed. But
That's cool.
I don't know.
any name drops.
Wesley, what's his
Vissers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
cool.
Dana Lynn Bailey.
DLB.
Yep.
Bunch of TikTokers.
Yeah.
We once had a like a grand opening kind of party for a store, and we had DLB out there, and this is like peak
DLB.
height of DLB's fandom, which was like 2012.
I watched Rob get his hand tattooed in Sal's office.
That's right. But this is the Shiloh opening, but it was like the line was
Oh,
going
I'm
till
talking
like
about
9
with
p.m.
Summer
at night.
Smash.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy. You
Yeah.
got it. So so this is like the only one of the gyms that I've seen like this, and they have 5 of them in Pennsylvania. Look at this. Start it over, Luke. So first off, there's just a Lamborghini.
seen this.
There's a Lamborghini in the lobby.
This is a fusion gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
all the fusion gyms. I'm like, how do these make money?
Yeah.
I'm pretty
That's
sure
what I'm thinking.
There's an outdoor gym that rivals most indoor gyms.
The
Look at amount of
cartel
racks.
owns it. Yeah.
Well, Fusion actually uses the same supplier as we did for our equipment.
Okay.
Sweet, dude.
That's what someone told me, at least.
I mean, dude, every single thing about it is well done.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like, well,
Wow.
look at that.
Zero.
You see that
makes
line?
sense. Yep.
Yeah, but like, dude, they're in the middle of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, dude.
It's
The amount of
crazy.
racks, like, and everything's brand new. You know, it's just wild.
Don't they have like a barber shop in it?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, an outdoor boxing ring.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not like Pennsylvania is California.
Right.
Like, I don't understand, like, even like the real, you know, I guess like how many people really need to do the outdoor gym? You know, I don't know. Pennsylvania probably
Yeah,
really cold.
Like, yeah, during the winter.
It just,
I
you know
mean,
what I
think
mean?
about it. It's like a lifetime has 30,000 members. So 30,000 times $200 a month, you know, you're good at math.
I'd love to know what their membership costs.
600 grand.
600
$6 million.
No, really though.
That's $6 million a month.
$6 million a month. I think it would cover the whatever
Yeah.
note that they have on that.
Yeah, still though. I don't know, man. That's
So
just wild to me.
real quick, because we talked a little bit about this before the podcast, and I think I might know one answer to this question, but let's talk about road bumps or roadblocks when you guys were opening the gym. Like, what was the biggest things that you guys had to overcome? Possibly burning the place down, you know, things like this.
I think just timeline and almost burning the place down. When we hooked up our hex lighting, we did like 7 boxes, so we had 100
Ew.
feet.
I don't
And
want to be in this.
So I hooked up 7 boxes of hex lighting, 100 feet. So whenever you have that much power going, every time I'd plug it in, it'd just catch fire. So we had to bring
You
electricians
literally
in.
were like, look how cool this looks. And then I smell smoke or I smell burning and I look over and it's just smoking. So yeah.
How did you guys do the blue lighting underneath it, the ambient lighting?
That was actually a package. It came like that. So
Okay. So it's like built into the hex lighting?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
How cool.
Yeah. He found that. I don't know how you found that, but
Yeah.
good job.
Hyperlight.
Resourceful
Cool.
guy.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, man. Is there anything more about Iron Gates that you would want, you know, our listeners to know and maybe a way for them to take advantage of hearing about it and finding out about the gym?
Yeah. Just follow our Instagram at Iron Gates Gym.
I think like one thing that has really just flourished for us is the community. The area was really needing a community where they could, you know, level up in their fitness journey and be motivated doing it. The amount of stories that we've heard over the past almost 3 weeks is like just people finding their spark again for the gym and being around an environment that motivates them to push themselves every day. And so that has been the most rewarding for us, I would say. Just we were hoping the community would end up like that, but it's it's grown like crazy.
And the S2 guys definitely has helped
Yes.
that. I mean, they're there every night and
The
setting up
S2
a booth
guys.
like once a week, and they've been a lot
Sweet.
of help. So we
Glad to
appreciate
hear it.
that.
Yeah, they've been amazing. Like, how do you find such great people?
Shout out to our team, dude. I mean,
No, really, every single one of them is
Austin,
so awesome.
I did my first interview with Austin, and I remember he was going to Emporia State, and I remember in the first interview, he's like, "No, dude, I quit going to school," and I'm like, "I haven't given you a job yet." He's like, "I'm done." He's like, "I'm going to work here," and I was like,
I love that.
I mean, it was great, but yeah, Austin's great.
Yeah, they've been, they've from the get-go, like the minute they found out we were opening, automatic DMs, like, hey, let me know if you need anything. Let me know how we can help. And just throughout the process, they were offering all the help that they could, and it was awesome. So
we try to operate off of, the more you give, the more you get. And be selfless is one of our core values. And it's just awesome to hear that, I have not communicated. I know Kyle hasn't communicated with them as far as like, hey, you guys need to go do this. So it's always awesome to hear that they're doing those things organically because it's who they are, not just because it's part of the job. I think they would help regardless if they worked here or not.
Yeah, no,
It's also just good people. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to help good people, in any way you can. And so you guys seem like you do business the right way. And I love you guys' story as far as it's just cool to hear, somebody who's willing to kind of jump into it and just go after it and take risks. And you want to support people like that. And so it's really cool to hear that, Austin and the guys at least some have been doing a good job of doing that for you guys.
Yeah. Any chance they get, they promote us, and it's been incredible. So
if somebody wanted to come get a lift in at Iron Gates, what would be like the day pass cost?
$10.
Awesome.
Yep.
That's super fair.
Yep. And one thing about us is we don't do contracts. We don't do any surprise
Month to
fees, month to month. No startup fees, no yearly fees, nothing. So we really
just straight across the board.
Yeah, we wanted things to be super simple. Nothing's worse than going into a gym and signing your life away and being like, all right, I have to pay $100 today just to even get a membership to start paying monthly on. So we really wanted to cut that out for our gym.
You got any shows? Now you got the place to train.
I know. Well, so we're getting married in November. So I've put bodybuilding on the back burner a little bit, but my coach and I'm prepping for our wedding. So if I look good enough to get into a show, I might hop in. But
sick.
Yeah, my coach is he's like,
I was like, it might be kind of
beneficial.
Might coincide.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. I mean, everybody keeps asking if I'm gonna prep soon, and I'm just like, I don't know. It takes so much away from your personal life, your business life, everything. It's like a full-time job. So
how much are you guys planning it yourselves? Because that's an extra level of stress.
That's mostly her. She's done
Heck
about
yeah.
99% of it. She's very detail oriented.
Well, so in the beginning, because we got engaged last May, you took over a lot of the gym burden while I took over the wedding stuff. And so that was kind of how we functioned for a while until I needed to step into the gym. But I got a lot of stuff done during that time.
Yeah, knocked pretty much all of it out within a month, 2 months.
Yeah.
Very cool. You guys, so what's next for Iron Gates? You guys have any other, or maybe just next for you two, do you guys have any other business ideas now that you've jumped into a handful
I would
of
guess
different
they
ones?
do from talking to
I
them.
mean, on the way here, he's cooking up some stuff.
Well, first off, I have severe ADHD. So
Yeah,
my
your brain
mind's
is all over the
a
place.
million miles a minute. So I'm always thinking about something. But we said we're going to chill out for a while. But after,
And then yesterday, you're like, let's do meal preps.
after how good Iron Gates have been going the last few weeks, we have talked, we'll either expand. Well, we're going to expand for sure. And then maybe open location number 2. So it's still up in the air, but it's definitely a possibility.
Location number 2 somewhere in Kansas City?
Yeah.
Or maybe like in a spot that you guys might have, lived prior,
I mean, Arizona is blessed with the best gyms. So the competition's a little crazy out there. Yeah. So definitely in the Kansas City area, we're looking at some different locations right now. But your thing is you want to do meal preps next. So
we might start adding meal preps and just do it all. One-stop shop, smoothies, meal preps, get workout in.
Very cool.
Yeah, you could probably put those in both locations.
Yeah.
Huh? You probably wouldn't even you'd need a
The
you wouldn't
question,
even need to buy any new square footage. Huh?
right. No.
the question, do you do them frozen meals? Last longer, better
No,
margin?
We would do
Fresh meals, okay.
Yeah, we would hire. We used to have a chef, and they would make us meal preps directly for our smoothie shop. So we'll probably do something like that. So it's like a weekly thing, and then
Cool.
Yeah, but it'd be like a weekly thing where you'd put your order in for the week, whatever meals you'd want for the week, and then we've tried frozen meal
So it'd be
preps
prepay
before.
versus having them all sitting out.
Yeah, we've tried for frozen, and I don't know, the quality of
Yeah.
just fresh.
You're sacrificing
Yeah.
for sure. I'm just saying from a business owner standpoint, they definitely,
they last
the
longer.
extended, that's the hard thing about meal prep. But these are all made, your idea is made to order. So you don't make a single thing that they don't
Right.
order.
Yep.
Yeah, that's way better than.
Yeah.
Well, transitioning to, these are kind of our final questions we like to ask you guys. And that is, you're both proclaimed foodies as well. And you guys were trashing the food of Arizona.
Horrible.
So now that you're back here, we always ask everybody, what is their absolute go-to barbecue in Kansas City? You got one spot you can
I
pick.
already know what we're going to say.
Go ahead.
Slaps.
Okay.
Slaps
Let's
is
go.
the
It's
best.
It's on the Kansas side, but
Yeah,
it's the
let's
best
Yeah.
barbecue.
go.
We're like 6 minutes. I live like 6 minutes from Slabs.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
delicious.
So
it's the
good.
best.
Don't go enough.
He
but-
talked about it for probably 2 years before I finally tried it, and I get it now. It's so good.
You guys know what
It is out of
means?
the way.
What was that?
You guys know what it means?
No.
What SLAP stands for?
No.
Squeal like a pig.
Oh,
That was their,
the more you know.
the barbecue team name.
Wow.
Yeah.
The more you know.
But yeah, they're you guys have an awesome taste, because that's like a top 3 for us. I think.
What's your top?
Mine slaps, but
Yeah.
like I just said,
I just don't have it
it's-
enough.
It's so far away from
It
me.
is.
It is a trek, and I have 3 kids, and it's not
Not easy to get
not
to.
as easy as it once was for
We
me
don't-
to get. Up
I don't. So like barbecue's a unique item to where the later in the day, the worse it is,
Yes.
because they obviously cooked it first thing in the morning, right, or overnight, right. And so I never can get over to Slaps like during like lunchtime.
Yeah, you got to go at like lunch.
Yeah, or like right when it opens. Yeah.
But I will say that like Q39, they
We love
have really
Q39.
really done such a great job of turning it into like such a consistent experience, no matter what time of day you go. We've been there when they were like shutting it down. We had the Trend Twins on here
Yeah.
last year.
Watch that podcast.
We took them to Q39, and sorry about that podcast.
we had
Your disclaimer. At
we
the
had
beginning.
we had to cut out a significant portion of that podcast.
like a good
I was
30
like,
minutes
this
of
is
that
the most
Right.
like
unhinged.
unhinged podcast I've
Yeah.
seen you guys do.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
it
like
was definitely.
they were like, I mean, I think that was like their 3rd podcast they'd ever done, which is crazy. But yeah, that was unhinged. But we took them to Q39 after the podcast.
Did they love it?
And it was like 9:30. Oh, they loved it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's awesome. But like the meal was incredible, and it was like 10 p.m. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
They've
we just gotta
nailed
give
it.
them. They really like it's from a business standpoint. You just got to respect the consistency. It's crazy.
I would
I
say my
remember-
least favorite, but it'd probably get your podcast canceled. People love it.
Oh,
Joe's.
dude.
Nope.
No,
Q39?
no.
Who is it?
Oh, you're gonna say Gates?
It's Gates.
Yeah.
So bad.
No, we've talked. A
We've
lot of shit
talked
on
about
Gates.
this.
Yeah, you might
Gates
have
is the most inconsistent of all
And they're
Kansas City
mean.
barbecue.
I'm
so
like,
mean.
I don't
Yeah.
want to go in and get yelled at.
That was my first experience too, because I'm not from Kansas City, and so when I first walked in, I was just like, "Oh my gosh,
Is
I'm
this
getting
how-
anxiety."
yeah.
Just
They're like,
just,
what you
listening.
want? And you're like, oh,
Go.
I just got
You're
in
like,
here.
Oh,
Like,
I was
I
like,
need a second.
"What's good?" I was just trying to get like some famous barbecue. Which one's the good one? Like, I don't. Yeah.
I've
Like,
thrown my plate away like without eating it the last 2 times.
Get these ribs with this ketchup
You know
barbecue
who-
sauce stuff that we have.
Former UFC fighter Julian Marquez, good friend of the show, he mentioned Gates as his top. We were like, no, and he was
Is he
like,
from here?
yes,
No.
and he was like, listen, dude, he was very particular, which I appreciate. Like at least he had a strong opinion, and he was like, because he's like, you guys are talking about sauce. He's like, barbecue is not sauce. He's like, barbecue is the
Barbecue is
meat.
the whole deal.
It is.
I
It's a
agree.
whole
Julian.
experience.
I'm like, the sides matter, all of it matters.
The sides definitely matter.
Yeah, and he was like, the meat on the bone at Gates is the best meat.
No.
And I was like, all right.
I think if you're going to do that, Q39 might be the best.
What's that?
Just the meat on the bone. It's
yeah.
just so, every time you have it, you're like, how do you do this?
Their appetizer is called the best damn wings on the planet, and it's like it just is.
It just is.
They just are the best
Yeah.
damn wings on the
They can-
planet.
they
It's
can say
crazy.
that.
Yeah. Anyways, we really appreciate you guys. We can get going all day on the food side, but really, really, really appreciate you guys' time. So excited for what you guys are doing with Iron Gates, what you're doing with Smoothie Shop, and excited to see the growth with Iron Gates moving forward.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yes, and we appreciate everything you guys have done with us.
Of
Yeah,
course,
seriously.
of course. If you guys are listening to this podcast, go check out their gym. Thank you guys again.
Thank you.